All right, today we're going to dive into the world of quantum computing, but maybe not in the way you're thinking. We're not just going to talk about abstract physics. Nope. We are exploring a real, living, breathing ecosystem of people. People who are learning this stuff, building careers, and literally shaping the future of this wild technology. So let's get into it.
And you know, what better way to start than with this quote from Colleen, a student at King's College? It perfectly captures that feeling, right? Stepping into something totally new, kind of scary, but having a community there to light the path. This is the human side of quantum, and it's really where a whole story begins.
So, where does a journey like Colleen's even start? Well, it often kicks off at events that are designed to make quantum fuel, well, less intimidating. Our first stop? The UK's biggest ever IBM Qiskit Fall Fest at King's College London, where they're proving that learning is a team sport. And look, this was not your typical stuffy physics lecture. We're talking more than 450 students, all in a free 8-week program. And get this, instead of just dry lectures, there was pizza, there was collaboration, they even had a group run. It's all about building a community, not just filling a classroom. And what happens when you do that? Well, this community-first approach just unleashed some amazing creativity. I mean, these students weren't just solving textbook problems. They were creating quantum art, reinventing blackjack, modeling molecules, and even taking a crack at the massive challenge of fault tolerance. It's just a great reminder that when you make this stuff accessible, the possibilities are, well, they're pretty much endless.
Okay, so this is an awesome start, right? But how do you actually go from a cool student project to a real professional credential? How do you turn that passion into a career? That is the next big piece of this puzzle. And that brings us to a major hurdle in this field. Quantum computing is moving so fast, so fast, that learning materials can be out of date almost as soon as they're published. Just trying to keep up is a huge challenge. And that's exactly where certification comes in. This is all about bridging that gap between what you learn and what you can earn, turning all that knowledge into a skill that employers are actually looking for. So to tackle this problem, a company called Black Hoodie Quantum created a prep course for the official IBM Qiskit Developer exam. And get this, they are so confident in it, they're giving a full refund to the first 10 people who use their course and pass. Now that is putting your money where your mouth is. This course is designed specifically to solve that outdated material problem. It pulls everything you need for the latest exam into one single place. And it's not just theory either. It's all about hands-on, applied work, with as many practice questions as you need to really build up those skills. Okay, so let's pop the hood and look at the technology that's powering this whole ecosystem. We've seen how people are learning it, how they're getting certified, but what can the tools themselves actually do? Let's talk about what's new in Qiskit. So IBM recently dropped Qiskit 2.2. And while that might sound like just another small update, trust me, it is packed with some major improvements that are going to be a big deal for the future of quantum computing. The first huge win is a major performance boost. Look at this chart. Transpiling a quantum circuit, which is basically like compiling your code for a quantum computer, is now 10 to 20% faster. And the secret sauce? They converted more of Qiskit's code from Python to the much speedier language Rust. Faster tools just mean faster progress for everybody. But honestly, the biggest update here isn't just about speed, it's about connection. The new features in version 2.2 are building this absolutely critical bridge between the world of quantum computers and the world's most powerful classical supercomputers. And to get how they're doing this, we need to talk about something called a CAPI. The easiest way to think about it is like a universal translator or a universal adapter for code. It lets totally different software programs plug into each other and communicate, no matter what language they speak. It's a total game changer for Qiskit. And this slide right here shows you why it's such a big deal. See, before this, Qiskit pretty much lived in a Python-only world. But the supercomputing world, that runs on languages like C++, C, and Fortran. This new CAPI lets the high-performance computing folks plug Qiskit directly into their existing systems. And that is so important because the real power of quantum, at least for now, is in hybrid algorithms, where a supercomputer does all the heavy lifting and just hands off the really, really hard problems to the quantum processor. This API makes that whole process seamless. But Qiskit 2.2 isn't just about today's supercomputers, it's also looking ahead to tomorrow's quantum computers. A massive challenge in this field is that qubits are super fragile and they make errors. The next generation of machines, they're going to have to be fault tolerant
And Qiskit is already laying the groundwork for that.
So to get ready for that future, Qiskit has added a new tool called the Latinsky transformation. Think of it like this. Today's quantum circuits are like these really intricate, delicate blueprints. But future error-correcting computers, they're going to need a totally different kind of blueprint, one that's built from the ground up with redundancy and error checking in mind. This transformation tool acts like an expert architect, automatically taking today's delicate blueprints and converting them into the tough, robust, fault-tolerant designs we're going to need for tomorrow's machines. IBM is literally building the software of the future right now.
Okay, so how does this all fit together? We've seen a buzzing student community, a clear path to getting a professional certification, and a huge software update. What is the common thread here?
And that's a fair question, right? A pizza party and a C API for a supercomputer, they might seem like they're from completely different planets, but they're actually two sides of the very same coin.
The answer is that the entire quantum ecosystem is maturing. It's leveling up right before our eyes. The community is growing, creating this amazing, welcoming on-ramp for newcomers. That community is then fueling a whole new generation of quantum professionals. And all of it is being powered by technology that's getting faster, more powerful, and more connected than it has ever been before. Every single piece of this puzzle, the people, the professions, the programming, it's all evolving together, in lockstep. From a student's very first quantum circuit to a complex hybrid job running on a supercomputer, the future is being built in real time. The quantum ecosystem is getting ready. The only question left is, for what?